Okay, so in this tutorial we're going to calculate mean, median, mode, 5-number summaries, range, IQR, standard deviation. Oh, we've got range twice, let's get rid of that. And the box and whisker plots in Microsoft Excel. Okay, so if we just go here, following on from last lesson where we did the regression line and the scatter plot, we've got our data here for males and females with our handspans and foot length. So in the tables that I've already created over on the right, let's look at foot length for males and females. So to calculate the mean, it's quite easy. We just go equals and type in average, open up our brackets, and then we're doing the male foot length. So we go over to male foot length and you highlight those like that, close brackets, and then that types in the male foot length. That's 26.6 centimeters. For the median, there's a couple of ways we can do it. If we click on our median cell, we type in equals. One of the ways is if we go quartile.exe, that will help us to give our 5-number summaries. And what we do is we highlight our data, male foot length, and that's our array. And then if you look here, you press the comma, and then you've got the first quartile, median, or third quartile. So if we select 2, and then close brackets, press enter. Now the other way you could do a median, and it would give you the same result, is just type in equals median, MEDIN, and this is the female foot length, and then you just close brackets like that and it will tell you the median. Now if you click on a cell and press F2, it will highlight all the cells that you've referred to in that specific formula. For the mode, equals mode, and that's depending if we want the single mode or the multi-modes. Let's just go single, so you can double click on that. Foot length for males, highlight our data, close brackets, and that gives us our foot length there. For our range, so male foot length, is we go equals our maximum value in our foot length there, subtract our minimum value for our male foot length, and we can just click on those same cells again and then press enter. Okay, so the next one we're looking at is our interquartile range, which we'll come back to soon because we need to know our Q1 and Q3 values before we do that. We've also got our standard deviation. So to do our standard deviation, we just go equals, and we start typing in standard deviation. And my computer's having a bit of lag at the moment. Just wait. Okay, so equals standard deviation. We've got standard deviation for our population and standard deviation for our sample. So over here, because we're just using a sample size, we want to click the stdev.s, and then we highlight all of our data, close brackets, and that will tell us our standard deviation. In terms of our interquartile range, that's our Q3 value minus our Q1. So what we can do is we can go quartile, exclusive, and then highlight all of those foot lengths. And if we select option 3, that will give us our third quartile, which is the 75th percentile. And then we want to subtract our quartile for the same data, only we want to subtract our first quartile, which is option 1. So if we close it there, that will give us our next data point there for our interquartile range. One thing you will need to do is transfer these tables into Microsoft Excel, into Microsoft Word, and you'll also need to put the formulas for them in the appendix. So on your keyboard, if you press Control Till, now Till is that button on the left hand side of your keyboard just below Escape and above the tab. So if you press Control Till, what it will do to your Excel spreadsheet is it will change all of your values to the formulas, And then you can just adjust the column width so you can see all the formulas by double clicking on the width of the column up the top. And then if you press Control-Till again, it will go back to the standard values. Alright, so that's how you do all those formulas. If we go over here, the male handspans, so the minimum value equals, we just type in minimum, go back to our data, male handspans, highlight that data, close the brackets, and I might just, for the moment, hide those to make this easier. Male handspans, we go equals quartile, exclusive, double click, male handspan, highlight it, and we want the first quartile. Okay, the median, we had two ways, so we could go equals the median of the male handspans, close that, Q3, quartile.exe, open brackets, male handspan, and we want the third quartile, close brackets, and then our maximum value for handspans there. Okay, then if we want to do box and whisker plots, you highlight the data, you go up to Insert, Column Graphs, you go down to the option More Column Graphs, and then down to Box and Whisker Plots down here, click OK, and it brings up your box and whisker plot there. If you now go to Select Data, just move that over there, and we can add another series. So if we want to call this series Foot Length, so by clicking on Foot Length, go back here, click on the series values, and we'll call that second column there the series values, so we highlight them there, click on that and then hit OK, click on series 1, over to edit, series 1 can be handspan, go back to series values, and we've already selected those, so that's fine, and then OK, then we hit OK. If we add chart elements, we've got a title, so we want a horizontal and a vertical. We don't actually need that horizontal, but what we will need is a legend to the right, which just shows our handspan and foot length, and that's how you do comparative box plots. However, for yours you might want to do comparing male handspan to female handspan.